Why peace? The world will tell you this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs. But 7 billion people on the face of this earth are crying out for one thing and one thing alone, and that is peace. And peace is not the absence of war. I travel not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
Prem Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
Buenos dias, shalom, buongiorno, guten tag, bonsoir Montreal. I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you. What I'd like to talk about tonight is just something very, very simple. Because in one way or the other in our lives, we're looking to be content. I can already hear people going, well, I'm not looking for contentment. But when I see the cities, I see the cars, I see the airport, I see airplanes taking off, people going, people coming. They're doing this that at the end of the day, it will produce a result that will make them happy, that will make them better. And so what I'd like to say, and this is very, very simple, that if you take a box, and this box maybe is not very expensive, but it's a box, and inside the box you put something very, very precious. You take a box, and inside of that you put a 40-carat diamond. What would happen to that box? Well, nothing. The box would stay exactly a box, right? But would you treat it like just any other box? If you had the knowledge that inside this box is the world's most precious diamond, now, all of a sudden, this is no ordinary box. This is a very special box. It's a very precious box. And it will be handled with that in mind. But the caveat is, you have to have the knowledge of the content of the box. I hope you agree with that. Good. I made my point. Because this is what I'm here to talk about. This is the box. All of us, this is the box. And there is 6 billion boxes tons and tons of boxes. On this earth. And what is the value of this box? Nothing. Oh, hello. Hi. But I'm here to tell you about the contents of this box. And I want you to decide as if this content being in this box would, does, should, could make this box precious. And the content that has been placed in this box is the divine. That beauty that was, is, and will be. That power that sustains this entire creation. That creates, that destroys, that manufactures from dust. Amazing, amazing things, and brings them back to dust. To call it powerful, to call it all-powerful, would be derating its power. Because its power is such that no human mind can even begin to comprehend it. But the question is, do I know? Do I know about this divinity being in this box or not? Period. The word is knowing. How do you know? How do you know anything? It requires for you to be conscious. You have to be conscious to know, and you have to be unconscious to not know. So this is the divinity. Existence is being alive, being here, but bound by time. We exist. And now, the possibility of two things, knowing and not knowing. Knowing and not knowing. Not knowing this box will be just another box in the midst of all the boxes that are here. Knowing will make all the difference in the care, the handling, the value, the respect that this box would be due, not due to its own self, but because of what is in the box. And this, knowing, like always, knowing brings you peace. Not knowing brings you doubt. Doubt brings you anxiety. Knowing brings you peace. That's how you get peace. Knowing. That doesn't mean you have to stop thinking. But then you have the luxury of thinking about what you want to think about. Because the ability to think is God's gift to you, and what you think about is your gift to yourself. But if you do not know, you are caught in the process of the grind. And nothing seems to work for you. You ask, I make the effort, where is this going? Where will this end up? Where will this be? And the answer is in the knowing. That the most incredible of all things that could be accomplished has been accomplished. You, my friend, are alive. So should I ask? So what do you think? Are you alive? Alive. Truly knowing that the divine is within you. And honoring that divinity in your existence. That would be the box that would say, I will never be that diamond. I will never be that diamond, but I will do everything to honor that diamond that is within me. And as flawless I can be, flawless I will be. No dirt, no smudge, as clean as I can be, as shining as I can be, as in peace as I can be. I will be, because this is when I honor the divinity. Not a placard on the wall, Not a sentence, not a prayer, not a word, not a verb, not a noun, not a proverb, adverb, but the real honoring. The honoring of existence. Now, I know that through thought you fight the very words I speak, and yet in you, you know that your heart has no problem with it. It understands the very thing I say, and it finds it not new, nor unique, nor impossible, but it delights, not in thought, but in knowing. And the response is so it is, so it is, so it is. Because we're talking about the divine. For some people, this box is the reality. For some people, this box is the reality. And for some people, what's in the box is the reality. They honor this box, not because of the box. Aha. How many of you have honored this box because of the box? Because the way the box looked. And when the box doesn't look like that anymore, never understanding that the value of this box can only be measured by its recognition of its contents, knowing what the contents are. To me, that is so simple. That's all you have to know. And that can change everything. That can change the entire equation. Because then you know. And when you know, then the truest excitement for being alive starts to happen. Then you become aware not about the passage of time, but the value of existence. Because remember what existence is. It is being alive, bracketed by time. I exist. I say to you that one day you came in this world, and when you came in this world, there was something that needed to happen. And if it didn't happen, the doctor was very persistent that it happens. So was everybody else. Very persistent that it happens. You know what it was? Only one thing. Only one thing. Only one thing. Breathing or not. Now don't you find it fascinating? Just fascinating. That's how it begins for every single person on the face of this earth. Every single person. King, queen, pauper, beggar, politician, not politician, school teacher, house mother, unemployed. In fact, everybody's unemployed at that point in time. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it begins with the breath. And don't you find it fascinating where it ends? It begins with your breath, it ends with your breath. Something is going on. Because the coming and going of this breath is also something to do with the divine. Your existence has something to do with the divine. It is about the joy that you need to experience in your life. The peace that should be dancing all around you. There should be contentment, there should be a reality. And you should have available to you a resource that can connect you back with that knowing if ever you got disconnected from that knowing and started thinking about the knowing. You should. That's insurance. And so, do you celebrate this divine? Do you honor this existence? This is about standing on your own feet. This is about you knowing. This is not about hearsay. And this is not about, I read that in a book. This is about you knowing yourself. Thoughts change, they will. New discoveries, of course. But this is not what makes you special. When you honor that peace, that's what makes you special. When you recognize that divine in you, that's what makes you special. Even if it is for that 1 hour, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, or recognition in your busy lifetime, even for 1 second. That's what makes you special. That you recognize that you are no ordinary box. So, I think I've said enough about boxes for one night. Enjoy this life. Honor the peace. Honor the peace. Honor the peace. Shine. Shine. Because so far you are alive. So far you exist. Yeah. The divine is occupying this box. And that is not an ordinary thing. There's problems in this world? Of course there's problems in this world. But can you imagine if every human being understood what I am saying? Just understood what I am saying. Even for 1 minute. If they could let their heart rule and understand and recognize the preciousness of this box, this world would change. And I don't just think so. I know it. I know it.